Welcome to Radio Express World News, presented by Vibha Ramesh, Los Angeles, United States. At a time when severing ties with a health body could be detrimental, the White House has made an official move to withdraw the United States from the World Health Organization. A senior administration official confirmed that the U.S. submitted its withdrawal notice to the United Nations. The United Nations requires a year's notice to bring it into effect, which is until July 6, 2021, by which time there could be a possible reversal of the decision. President Trump's niece, Mary Trump, has authored a book that could stir up controversies and questions over the president's credibility. In her forthcoming book, she accuses Trump of being a sociopath and of being responsible for creating a toxic family dynamic. Donald, following the lead of my grandfather and with the complicity, silence and inaction of his siblings, destroyed my father. I can't let him destroy my country, she wrote. Even as the gravity of the pandemic is intensifying in the United States, President Trump is pushing schools to physically reopen in the fall. To this effect, on Tuesday, the president and senior officials that control the schools discussed at length ways to safely resume in-person classes. A gold smuggling racket involving diplomatic channels threatens to expose Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan's involvement in the crime. More questions arise as IAS officer M. Shivashankar hastily quit his position of Principal Secretary to the Chief Minister. After serious allegations were piled up against Mr. Shivashankar with regard to his connection to Swapna Suresh, the main accused, he sought a year's leave which was readily granted too. Refuting any wrongdoing from his side, Pinarayi Vijayan said, when allegations were levelled against Shivashankar by linking him with the controversial woman, he was removed from the post. After several weeks of being in denial, Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro tested positive for COVID-19. On Tuesday, he announced outside his official residence. It came back positive. There's no reason for fear. That's life, he added. Life goes on. I thank God for my life and the role I've been given to decide the future of this great nation that is called Brazil. Bolsonaro has in the past trivialized the pandemic and refused to adhere to health guidelines. Reintroduction of a lockdown that is scheduled to start this weekend has triggered protesters to march outside Serbia's parliament. The rallies involved thousands of protesters holding signs and storming the building in Belgrade after President Aleksandar Vučić announced a curfew to be observed between Friday night and Monday morning. The police stepped up to the scene and released tear gas to disperse the crowd, but in vain. Bringing you more on COVID-19, while most of the countries are imposing strict health guidelines and ensuring that their people adhere to them, Sweden was in complete opposition to them and experimented with an unhindered lifestyle during the pandemic. Today, this European country is paying a high price. Compared to its neighboring countries, Sweden has lost thousands more people and showed only a marginal growth in the economy. They literally gained nothing, said Jacob F. Kirkgaard, a senior fellow at the Peterson Institute for International Economics in Washington. It's a self-inflicted wound, and they have no economic gains, he said. Beginning Wednesday night, Melbourne will be locked down for 6 weeks. This regulation was imposed in view of the second wave of coronavirus, which shot the total number of new single-day infections up to 191 on Tuesday. From Wednesday night, Melbournians can leave their homes only for exercise, shopping, and essential work. If that was not enough, a public housing tower has imposed a more stringent lockdown for its residents. Around 3,000 residents spread over 9 towers will not be permitted to leave the premise for any reason whatsoever and will be subject to a police guard. Reporting more on the World Health Organization, expert committees are reviewing the evidence on the possibility of airborne transmission of the virus. According to agency scientists, airborne transmission may be a possibility in an indoor environment, although crowded, closed and poorly ventilated outdoor spaces cannot be ruled out either. Dr. Benedetta Allegranzi, who leads the Committee on Infection Prevention and Control, said, "We acknowledge that there is emerging evidence in this field as in all other fields, and therefore we believe that we have to be open to this evidence and understand its implications regarding the modes of transmission and also regarding the precautions that need to be taken." Updated recommendations will be released soon. With that, we come to the end of this news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Please stay tuned for the next program on Radio Express. To receive Radio Express English news and English programs in your WhatsApp, please send a WhatsApp message, English programs, to 90727 95547. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Radio Express. Thank you.